What's up, Jim?
We're back again.
Oh man, this is
Ha!
the this is
Bet
the
you thought we wouldn't be consistent. Ha ha!
yeah. Little
Neither
did
did we.
trust me, neither did we. We had plans to record
Neither
on
did we.
Monday, and then again on I think it was like what Wednesday. Here we are. No, not
Yeah.
Wednesday. It was Monday and Monday, and now today. It's just it's
Yeah.
been a week, man. It's been a week.
Yeah.
I was at work, and I was like, today feels like Monday number 4.
I wanna
This is
today
terrible.
today's focus, we're gonna talk a lot about Fire Emblem, but I want to do
But
some honorable mentions for this month's releases just in case we don't get another episode out this
yeah,
month.
makes sense. We're gonna try to cover all of our bases in one episode.
Yeah.
If we happen to
Yeah.
do another one, great,
Yeah. We can do deep dives, but
great.
um
So
so should we start with what's coming before we do Fire Emblem?
yeah, because we're talking about Fire
Okay,
Emblem for a
cool.
while. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a hot
Jim's got like 4 or 5 that he's excited for. So I've really only got
minute.
like
Yeah, what do
two,
you?
but mine overlap with Jim a little bit. But I want to tell about the one that I'm excited for. That's Clive and Wrench. Clive and Wrench is a game about a bunny rabbit,
Bunny Wabbits.
and it's a
Is that
collectathon.
is it? Is that gonna be? Is that like an indie title coming, or is
Yes,
that
it's an indie title, and I
nice?
can't wait. I've been looking forward to this game for a very long time
Hell
because it
yeah.
is very cute and very cool, and he has a monkey in his backpack.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You
I
you
think
get
I
to
know.
use a
I think I know what
monkey.
you're talking about.
I'll send you a screenshot really
Um,
quick in the Discordies. Blue,
yeah, I'm
blue.
like, I'm almost
But
entirely sure.
I saw it back in the day when they were just starting to talk about it, and I said, ooh, it's
And
got
that
a
reminds me. Oh my god, that reminds me of playing
floppy in the
like
Sleepy Planet.
no
The other indie game that has a
the
bunny that I'm
the
excited
the
for.
Toy Story on the, I think it was the N64. It was like Toy Story 2 or something.
Mm.
And because you could run around like Andy's room and that, just like for perspective, like
Oh, for
you're
sure,
you're small in a bedroom here.
for sure.
Yeah, I've got I know we have some overlap, but so Theat Rhythm, Final Fantasy Theat Rhythm Final Bar Line. Uh
The
I've never played one before,
Oh,
and
this
I
is your
got
first
gifted.
one?
Yeah, I got gifted the 3DS one from my wish list because I'm collecting, like, now that I RPGs are my main focus on stream. I'm collecting RPGs and stuff too, and like every Final Fantasy related game I can find. Um and but I don't have a 3DS right now. Like, that's my plan, is to get one down the road. And but still, so I couldn't play it, but I played the demo. And by the way, so they put the demo out, and all your progress in the demo goes towards your save on the main game if you want. And it's one of the most fun times I've had with the rhythm game, because first of all, the Final Fantasy franchise has some of the best music of all time in video game history. And then not only that, they also have tracks from Chrono Trigger, The World Ends With You. They brought in Live Alive, which I played last year, which was incredible. The Switch port was fantastic. One of my favorite RPGs I've ever played. And they got music that slaps in that game. And so, like, yeah, I played the demo um the day it went up. I don't know when this is coming out. I played the demo, and I can't wait to secure a copy of the actual release,
It
because
comes out on the
that's
16th.
it's out on the 16th. Yeah. No, sorry, not the game, this episode. I mean, because I was like, I played the
Oh,
demo yesterday.
this yeah
But
no
this
this will come out either tomorrow or Monday.
Okay. So yeah, I played the demo a couple days ago, and I'm excited. Like, I
Oh
pre-ordered a
man,
copy, and I'm definitely gonna buy the season pass with that.
we're so good at this.
Yeah, I know, right? Which is funny, because then the day after, so I've always been interested in the Tales games. I've seen some of them. I've tried a couple, never played through one fully. I own a few of them because I want to do a marathon soon. And Tales of Symphonia, which was, I remember my friend having on the GameCube in high school, which has been ported right to the PS3 and stuff, and that is getting a port that will be also on the Switch. And I'm stoked. I'm stoked to pick up Tales of Symphonia Remastered and experience that game for the first real time myself.
Symphonia was
Um,
good. I need to get through Vesperia. Vesperia was my favorite, and I need to play
I
through
have
it
I have a
again.
copy of that for the Switch. I've got
Super
that
good.
in Berseria for the PS4, and Arise for the PS5, and then I picked up Zestiria. Is that the one? Yeah, for the
Yeah, it's
PS4 as
Hysteria.
well.
Yeah, my buddy Caleb has played through Arise. He said it's favorite RPG up there favorite RPG of all time. So I wanted to play it because there's a carrot sword. There's a sword and it's a carrot. So
And that's
I gotta play it one of these days.
pretty on brand.
Um,
Um,
but yeah, no, I can't wait to see Symphony. I can't wait to see how it performs on the Switch.
right.
And that's the thing. Like, just a quick segue. We're not going to talk about this for long at all, but
Right.
I like seeing how far they can push the Switch now, than
Right.
as opposed to when Vesperia came out, and see just how cool it is.
Yeah, to see what they can pull off.
I like performances, but I know the game
I
you're most
love it.
excited for is Octopath Traveler 2, which if anybody's ever heard me talk about Octopath, I think it's going to tank. I know it's going to sell well, but I think it's going to tank. Because Octopath 1 was bad.
So you were okay. So, and here's the thing with Octopath for me. Now I played a chunk. I never finished it because I'm an idiot. And when I went back to try to continue, I was like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't understand mechanics. Well, this is so I need to go back and actually like start fresh and do a full playthrough. I like the art style. I guess it's because
For
like
sure, the art style is glorious, but the gameplay, the storyline, the characters, all bland. The gameplay,
all
no,
super
I'm sorry,
bland.
the gameplay was good, but like the battle
Right.
stuff, like walking
Right.
around while it was pretty, got really old after a while. You go
Yeah.
from screen to screen, you get interrupted with a conversation halfway through it, and
Yeah.
it's like a 45-minute cutscene, and you're like,
See, like
okay, look, this
Live
is
a-
terrible.
Live Alive took that, right? Live Alive took um the same, was it HD2D approach or whatever? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. And made like a glorious, like it was a,
Well, and
like
and
a
and that's why I'm hoping that
remaster or
that
whatever.
that Traveler 2 improves upon it. I'm just
Yeah.
afraid they're going to fall in the same pitfall with the storyline, and you're not going to interact with your characters in the
I am
storyline.
I am curious because like so my buddy, so we have a like a retro game store here. And they'll get a lot of stuff brought in. And he managed to find the collector's edition of Octopath, like it was like sealed.
Yeah.
Um he bought $350 Canadian.
Wow.
But he's a huge collector. Like he's got a lot of the cool stuff. I got him into getting amiibo and that. So yeah.
As long as he's
It's
happy.
just funny. Yeah, no, it's cool. He's got some cool stuff, man. Like I'm kind of jealous with some of the stuff. He buys a lot from limited run, so always has the craziest stuff coming on the Switch, like all these cat girl anime games and that. And I'm like, I love it. I tell him I was like, I love it because you didn't even watch anime. He's like, I just buy this because it looks quirky, and I just love it. Like he just buys interesting stuff. He's bought every copy of River City Girls 1 and 2 that you can get. Every platform, every version that you can get.
I mean, as long as he's happy.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Like I like it because I can go and like admire it and be like, wow, I will never have the money to do this. But this is cool as hell.
Wow, this is really spiffy. I don't ever know what this is going to be for.
This is amazing. So yeah, so there's that. It's so funny because I was like, oh yeah, there's 4 releases, and I'm like, nope, the other one's on PS5, Jim. Shout out to the new Like a Dragon game coming out, the new Yakuza game. That's a port or remake.
The new Yakuza game.
Yeah, I wish Yakuza was on the Switch.
The Yakuza game. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would run well.
We're not weird or anything.
No. So like, yeah, those 3, I'm stoked for them for the Switch. I think like we're eating good on the Switch right now, in terms of games. And I mean, I guess we just dig into the big pie, a slice of pie that is Fire Emblem Engage that we're both playing right now.
So I'm gonna just flat out say it. I'm only on chapter 5. I'm the biggest Fire Emblem fan that I know of personally, and I'm still only on chapter 5.
And I'm stoked because I think our last podcast was before the game came out, right? Yeah,
Correct. It was right before it came out.
right. So I got lucky, and my friend that works at GameStop, she wasn't going to buy her collectors, so I got her collectors, and I'm so glad I did because first of all, beautiful collector's edition.
Yeah, the letter was gorgeous. I have not
Secondly,
opened my art book because I don't want to ruin it. Continue.
Yeah, no, everything's still in the box. I took the game out. I even left the steelbook in there. So this is my first Fire Emblem game. Now I own a few of them, but I haven't really sat down and gone, yes, it's time. Because, and I guess I can talk about this. Anyone that's a content creator that's listening to this later or watching this or whatever, you might know when like content creation gets depressing and you want to do something, but you're worried you'll suck. And I've always wanted to become an RPG creator, and I'm only now putting that into rotation because anytime I've gone and thought about doing RPGs, I like talk myself out of it. So I finally buckled down. And I'm like, all right, Fire Emblem Engage, no matter what, I'm playing this through. And I'm on chapter 21 now.
Proud of you.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna finish it up this weekend, I think. And then cry and want the season pass at some point. I gotta say, like, so I can't. So you're gonna get two opinions here because I can't compare any Fire Emblem game to this because I've never played them. I just know what they are in theory. But I will say that, and we'll dive into things here. But overall, I freaking love this game.
I'm glad to hear it.
That intro slaps so damn hard that I can't help but like get up. I do a little like little shimmy, little dance when I start stream. And yeah, and like da na 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 na, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. You know, it gets you like amped up. Fire Emblem, right? I'm like, this intro slaps for an RPG. That's how you get my attention, right? Is a damn good intro song. And I'm a weeb, so like I love anything anime. Like, so Fire Emblem is like, there's so many waifus and husbandos in this game. It's insane. Like, I don't know how you don't fall in love with like half the cast. You know, like. It's I don't know. So like I want you to talk first. I want you to talk about like your opinions in that, because then I'll weigh in and like how I feel about things.
First of all,
comparatively.
first of all, Clan and Fram, OP is crap. Love them. I'm only on chapter 5. But Louis, if anybody ever asks me about my Three Houses Golden Deer playthrough and my Crimson Flower playthrough, Hilda is tank. Louis is my tank in this game. Holy crap. Paired with Sigurd, he is unstoppable, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Unstoppable. Yeah. I will say this game is very much a love letter to the GBA style of Fire Emblem. One of my favorite articles I read right before the game came out was that the creative director that did the animations for Battle took cues and took inspiration from the GBA game, because the GBA game, it was so I want to use the word flamboyant, but that's not the right word. It was so animated and it was very striking. It was very in your face. Whereas like Three Houses was kind of sing-songy. You know, one character would sing and the other one would sing back, and then the other one would sing if you got a double attack. Well, in Engage, it's very much in your face. I literally will jump at you and stab you twice, and then you might get back up. You might not. The animations are just glorious. You know,
it's one of the best looking games on the Switch, and the animations are
beautiful. Yeah,
you
can see the weight of weapons, you can see the weight of armor in it. Whereas like Three Houses, it just felt like they plastered on the texture of the armor, and you know, your heavier armor tank got a thunk, but could do a stupid spin and flying kick with it on, and you're like, what?
Right?
What are you doing? I'm confused. So like it's such a, it just feels good. I do have a couple issues with the controls, but I think that's because I'm used to Three Houses, and Three Houses was very, I'm not gonna say clunky, but it was very direct, and Engage is a little floaty. In like the unit, not the unit selection, but the unit movement. With Three Houses, you were locked on the character, and the character didn't move until you pressed A, whereas in Engage you can move as the character. So it's a little floaty and different, but I like it. Storyline wise, again, only up to chapter 5. Have not touched the DLC that I have access to, so I don't know how that changes things at all. But story wise, it's tropey as all get out, but I still love it.
I know. I like it is very tropey and like somewhat predictable, but I don't care.
Well, it's funny because like the minute that Mama Dragon, this is minor spoilers in case you haven't played any of it, leave now. Great, you're still here. I love your face. Anyways, Mama Dragon pops up and protects you and then dies. I was like, okay, look, I saw this coming from like an hour ago. The minute that she was like, oh my God, you're awake after 1,000 years. Yeah, you're going to die in a minute. I already know it. Because you're promising me a ring that I know I'm not going to get. It's fine. It's fine.
I have a joke for the title of the game that I'm not going to tell you until you play further. Because it will spoil.
I'm assuming you're talking about the marriages in the game.
No.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
there's marriages?
Yeah, you can get married.
Wait, shit, what?
I'm
See,
I'm
I didn't
about
know
I'm
that.
about 80% positive you can. Did they put marriage in this game? I could have
I don't
sworn.
know.
Let me look really quick. I'm just gonna Google something while I'm doing a podcast because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I don't do
I,
any
I've
research
I've got a
beforehand.
I've got a funny name for like this game. We'll come back to it another day because it
Actually, no.
spoils.
Okay, no. Okay, you don't actually get married. You create a pact. So it's not marriage like it was in Awakening. In Awakening, you can get married and have kids. It's freaking cool. It's freaking cool.
Oh, that's cool.
But anyways, back to the topic at hand. Um, the cast so far is awesome. I really wish that we could go back to the GBA game days, where if you do certain actions correctly, you can recruit mercenaries or even enemies. I don't like that we're or so far. I'm continuously getting knights and their wards. I'm like, okay, look,
Yeah,
bro.
I would say
I
that
don't
does
I don't
happen a
need
lot.
knight number 4 and his 2 wards that have to be opposite genders.
No,
I don't
every
I don't need
every
this.
every region you go to, that happens like several times.
And
Like
I
a lot
and
of the
I
characters you get
and
are
I would get if we were getting like the prince and the princess of the region and they were joining us. I'm okay with that. But like we're getting the prince and the princess and
yeah.
their guardians and the knight
Right.
and his
Yeah.
pages and the wizard
Yeah.
and the cleric and the
Yeah.
prince and the queen and the
Yeah.
king and his dog.
You get like
And I'm
so like
like,
some of the side missions give you characters.
and that's okay. Side
Um
missions are optional, so if you don't go there, you don't get them.
right.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like my first paralog, I got Jean and or Jean, and Jean's amazing. I'm like, hey buddy,
Right.
you're
I
gonna.
shelved Jean pretty quick.
Well, I mean, I got to keep Fram and Clan, so like he's gonna get shelved. But so
You
far,
say that once you get God,
I'm
there's
I'm
too
sure
many good cast
I
members.
I'm sure I've been told that once I get further in the game by a buddy of mine that's beaten it 3 times already, that my tune will change. But right now, Clan and Fram are where it's at, man. Not because they're my first characters, but I actually genuinely want to see them grow into great
Well,
champions and not
I
die.
love that Clan is voiced by Deku from My Hero. So
Well, and that's the thing is this voice cast is stacked.
there's so many My Hero voice actors in this. It's amazing, honestly. Like I ain't even mad.
Just stacked.
Yeah.
But it's really hard for me coming off of Three Houses because Three Houses, the entire cast except for Rhea and Sedith, you both can go jump in a hole. I love them all.
Yeah, I mean,
And so it's and Dimitri, but Dimitri's not a hatred. Dimitri was just kind of meh for me, but Claude's growing on me. But like the rest, all the students, I love them. They're all wonderful. So like
yeah,
it's really hard for me to find a new caster to find people that I love, because it just I want Edelgard. I need Bernadetta. I gotta have Hilda. So like I'm having a hard adjustment period. I'm going through a period of mourning, I guess. And I'm still excited. Like your excitement for your first Fire Emblem, and then my buddy's excitement for me getting further in the game and experiencing more. I'm excited to see what happens.
yeah.
But I don't want to
Yeah,
rush myself. That's the thing I don't want to do. I want to take my time with this game.
I'm doing like 2 to 3 chapters a stream.
Well, and
I'll,
that's
like,
and that's
split
the
up with
thing.
something else.
Is the chapters are so free. I did a 51 turn chapter. I know. I'm sorry, a buddy of mine did a 51 turn chapter. And he's like, I bet you can't beat it. I said, I can guarantee you that I can. And whenever I get there, I'm going to beat it. I know I am by like 2 turns.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played many tactics games. There's a lot that I'm excited to get into because I have them. But for me, I try to play kind of cautiously because like I still get people killed all the time. I'm playing on normal and I'm playing on casual, where like if someone dies, they just retreat because I don't have the confidence yet.
I've been playing Fire Emblem since Sacred Stones, which was the very first GBA game. I still cannot let a unit die. I just can't. I can't.
I know, and like that's the thing. It's like, okay, people will be like, yeah, well, I don't play it on casual. I play it on classic, but I restart if someone dies. I was like, well, then what's the point?
Well, that's the thing. A buddy of mine, that's his channel. Oh! Sorry, I played some music just now. My bad. I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, it's fine. It wasn't very. Probably. We'll see what happens. But a buddy of mine, he's playing through on classic, and he's like, I'm not restarting, and I'm like, okay, good luck with that, because I guarantee you, the minute you lose somebody you love, you're gonna restart. I know you will. He's like, no, I won't. He messaged me today. I restarted. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like, oh, one of my favorites is dead. Oops. Yeah, I think it's you just start to get a connection with some of the characters as you play
Oh, for sure.
more, and they've like really good interactions with Alir.
Yeah,
Right, as you rank people
Alir
up and stuff.
honestly, minus the airheaded dragon born that he is, or ancient dragon that he is, I'm just like, you're actually okay, kind of.
I'm playing.
I don't.
I'm playing female Alir,
Okay.
and I made her a general, so she's got the big tanky armor with a big ass shield.
Let's go.
Yeah, and like, and I didn't know like when I was playing it, because like again, I've never played these, so the whole idea of changing classes is new to me. I didn't realize that your best thing to do is max out your current class and then change, right? Because
Well, that depends on how you want to play.
yeah, because
If
I've changed class a couple times and you lose like abilities. But then again, like the cool thing about the game is that like so there's side quests, and also like I don't know how it worked in old Fire Emblems, because the way the map is in between levels and stuff, challenges will pop up on places you've been,
mm-hmm.
with just enemies that you can go back and fight to get extra XP and stuff.
Yep.
Which I might have to do, because I'm in the last 5 chapters. So there's 26 chapters, right? And that's without the side chapters. There's 26 chapters, and so I'm on. I'm going into chapter 21. I'm in the last 5 chapters of the game, and I'm like, if I don't go grind some levels right now, I'm a little worried, because it's hard. Like, it's hard. I like that it's hard. I've gotten a couple screw up wipes because Alir can't die, right? So, like, if Alir dies, it's game over, right? So,
Yep.
Sometimes I've just put her in bad spots, and like, oh,
Yeah, I pushed my leader to the wrong spot in the end of chapter 4's mission, and died. I said, oh. I went, I'm restarting. Thankfully, I had a divine pulse or whatever they call it in this game, and I was good. Like, I was able to rewind time. But
yeah,
yeah, don't feel bad. You're not the one that making mistakes and putting him in the wrong spot. I did that for sure.
It's funny because like I would argue this: when you start fighting some of the villains after, when you beat them, they retreat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just keep fighting them. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna feel bad about playing on casual, because like the enemy gets to retreat. They don't instant die, so why should I, right? Like, I'm like that, right?
Why should I feel bad?
Yeah, why should I,
Yeah.
Why do they get 100 lives? I like, again, you'll play further in. I like some of the villains.
Oh yeah, the villains in Fire Emblem are always amazing.
Yeah. And I think okay, so again, no attachment to Fire Emblem out. Like, my only exposure is Smash Bros. So the only reason I know some of the other characters, like the emblems, right, is because of Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Even though, mind you, like, so I know, like, we always yell like, "Oh, Roy's our boy," right? Like, and stuff. And like, I like that they're in this, because like, I think like some people are like, "Oh, I don't like that." Why wouldn't you like that? If you've played this franchise, some of your favorites are back in a neat mechanic. I think the engage system is an awesome mechanic. I like it. I
am intrigued by it. I wish they would have done things a little differently with a couple of different things, but it's not so bad that I hate it.
Yeah.
I wish the engage forms looked more like the character instead of looking like some angelic form of.
They all fly. It's
high
crazy.
Tech. Yeah, I wish you would have. I wish like Alir would have gotten like Marth's haircut and like his colors in Alir's outfit that he's wearing at the time.
Right.
Or whomever you pair him with, like, because you can swap it around. Something more like that instead of this flying angelic weird form that they have. It's just kind of.
I can get that.
It's just kind of weird. I love the effects. I don't like the echo that we get when you're in the engaged form and you go into combat and you're like, this is the last strike. Strike, 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 strike.
Yeah.
And it's like you're in like a bathroom, a mansion's bathroom, and your voice is echoey, and every step you take echoes. I'm like, okay, look. After about engage number 3, I'm over this. But I'm not turning off animations because they're too pretty.
God, the animations are so good in this game.
And I mean, the voice acting is decent, and the storyline's not terrible.
No, it's like, it's kind of like cookie cutter fantasy anime story, but like,
but it always is. I think Three Houses,
right?
And this is gonna sound uneducated because I haven't played the NES or the SNES versions.
Right.
Thrasy is on my playlist. I just haven't gotten around to it. But Three Houses is the first one that's really delved into, in my opinion, very distinct, very deep storylines that can arc out certain ways.
Yeah,
and this just feels like it's very straightforward, and you have no choice in the matter. You just do the things. Three Houses, you had choices. You could do certain things and make decisions that changed the storyline. So there was a reason to go back and play. This game feels like it's kind of a one and done type thing.
Yeah, like, at least so far for myself, outside of trying on a bit of a harder difficulty or playing DLC or going back and doing side missions, that I don't see in the immediate future me doing another playthrough right away.
Yeah.
I don't find that to be a bad thing.
Well, I'll agree.
I put almost 30 hours into the game, and so I put almost 30 hours into the game, and I like to fuck around every time I go back to the Somniel. Sorry.
You're fine.
The YouTube gods strike us down. I like to go back to the Somniel like all the time and run around and collect stuff and visit my animals, because adopting animals is cute and amazing, and I love it. Can you do that yet? Is that a spoiler?
Yeah, I've got a sheep and a dog.
Okay, cool. There's like cats and owls and stuff, and I love it. There's also like a camel.
Yeah, I heard that you can get like, I think there's an elephant too, but I could be.
Oh my god.
I could be absolutely insane.
And each type of animal that you leave out at your little farm thing will drop different materials. So like.
No, I was wrong. There is not an elephant in this game. Okay.
I mean, that'd be cool if there was. There's also like a cafe. There's also little side things that open up in the Somniel.
Yeah, the cafe was a really cool addition. I really like the wake up mechanic is a little awkward.
Yeah.
But I
like that you can go. So every time you do a chapter, you can go to the training room.
Yep, into the training thing. That was a really cool addition.
Yeah,
little rhythm game of some sort.
Well, yeah, there's that, but I mean, like, you go into this chamber, and you can pick anyone to fight. You do it 3 times per chapter, and then you can power up emblems through there. So you can spend bond crystals or whatever to level up. Maybe you don't have that unlocked yet.
Yeah, I haven't been able to use bond crystals yet.
Okay. So like that's coming. You'll see. It's cool. That's not like a really big spoiler.
Hashtag spoiled.
Yeah. The Somniel just gets better over time with more stuff, and I like seeing the more characters you get, the more fleshed out it is. And there's just people around you, run around, chow them. I dig it. It's nice. It's a nice little downtime in between. But I know from what I've heard about Three Houses was a very ambitious Fire Emblem game that did a lot of new things.
Yep.
So like, and this is more like, I would argue, a love letter to the old school games.
Agreed, for sure.
That people that prefer the old school style, because I'm sure there is, right, out there, maybe resonate better with. But I'm not sure. I don't want to just assume. But I gotta say, as a first time Fire Emblem player, like, this game slaps and is 1,000% worth playing.
Yeah, if you're on the fence, don't be.
Yeah. If you like tactics RPGs and anime, and you're gonna have a good time.
And that's the big thing that I've been trying to get like my brother and a couple other friends to get into it. Like the girlfriend's playing through Three Houses right now, and she only plays every now and again. But she's like, this is actually really, really fun. How can people not want to play this? And I'm like, that's been my question for a very long time. How can people not want to play these games? They're super good.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to see people um, that have never played Fire Emblem get into it, like you and her, and
Yeah.
listen to reactions, listen to how you guys are handling it. So it's awesome. I
Yeah.
really enjoy it.
It does have me excited to play Three Houses at some point. You know what I mean? It's got me definitely like now I know like okay, I'm enjoying this franchise and I would like to check more of them out. Yeah, it's good. Like if you could snag a collector's, I mean like they're still floating out there, you know, you never know, you might come across it. I think for the cost, I don't know. Like in Canada, so base games, the game is $80 in Canada by itself. The collector's is 130, okay? So, you know, you got to kind of decide if you want to fork out an extra $50. But I like it for what it is. I also have the collectors for the Fire Emblem 30th anniversary edition they did where they give you a digital code for the original Fire Emblem that they ported to the Switch.
Yeah.
Um I bought that cuz it was cool. And again, had no previous ties to it. But now I don't know, I'm loving it and it's great. It's I don't know. The music is good too. The music's so good. There's so many good like I said, like the opening theme is a absolute bop, and there's a lot of good themes in the actual game itself. I find. I just enjoy it. I don't know. I'm loving the game. You know what I mean?
And I'm thankful that you are because
Yeah.
it is one of the most unique series in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. I think okay, if I'm not done the game and I don't like to give scores prior.
Yeah.
But right now I'm sitting at an 8.5 with the game. Right? Like it's
Oh,
capturing
1 second. I apologize. Keep talking. I can hear you, but as you can hear my dog, I
oh,
apologize.
bark bark. Oh, okay. Bark bark. Um I I'm sitting at like an 8.5 until I finish the game because like I would just take points away from stuff like, you know, like the story and stuff like that. Not that the story is inherently terrible, but because the story is like we said, you know, somewhat predictable and we still enjoying it, but you know, it isn't anything groundbreaking and it doesn't have to be groundbreaking. Like, and I will say again, like I can't get over the fact like how good this looks on the Switch, how like great a lot of the animations look and stuff like that. There's been only kind of weird graphical things sometimes for me, like I
Oh,
made a Lear General.
oh, Lear's a
What?
general. Nothing.
Well, yeah, so Lear's a general. So Lear, she's wearing this big ass golden set of armor, and so when she moves her hand near her chest, like she does in a lot of the scenes, the armored hand goes inside of the armor. Um, and I would say that's probably only like really the weirdest thing I've noticed graphically. The game hasn't crashed at all. I haven't had any weird technical bugs or anything that I've noticed.
Yeah.
Um, I like that after each chapter, you get to run around in a small contained part of the area and either adopt animals or grab
That
resources and
was the
stuff.
most interesting and unique new thing for me was getting
Yeah.
into the map and walking around. I wish they would have given more life to those areas because
Yeah.
like I don't know if you played Three Hopes at all. Did you get Three Hopes? No, you didn't get Three Hopes because we talked about it.
Wait. Yes. No, I did. I bought it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the Warriors game
Yeah.
that's a follow up
To
to
no
Three
no no
Houses,
no. I guess you guys have to follow up, but it's just an
or is
alternate
it
timeline.
adjacent?
It's an alternate timeline, so adjacent.
Alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Okay. I bought it and I started it and I stopped because I was like,
So
I don't
like,
have context.
that's the thing is you don't need context. Technically, you will just like I told you, you will only miss out on the changes. You will treat this like your Three Houses, and then you'll go back to Three Houses and go, wait, what? Because it's a
Okay.
they picked a point in the timeline and said we're splitting, we're doing something different, and
Okay.
I need to go. I need to finish my playthrough so I can, talk more on that later on whenever you've played through it or Three Houses, and
Yeah.
but what I like about Three Houses is the base of operations grows, and there's movement, there's growth. You can see it. These little map options, yeah, they get a little bit bigger, but there's not a whole lot going on. You get some NPCs, maybe you get an animal near the exit point. You get your main team near the exit point, and that's it. I don't know what else I would want. I can't think of anything like specific, but I wanted something more from that.
Yeah. I think that like I will at some point. I'd rather do 3 houses and then do the 2 Warriors games.
Well,
I do own them.
Warriors 1 you can just kind of play because
Right,
it's just
yeah, but I think in terms of what I want to do for playing,
yeah,
I think like I want to do 3 houses next and then play the Warriors games just for fun because I I do like
Musu games.
I do like the I like the Warriors games because like there's so many awesome ones out there.
Yeah,
Like I don't want to sidetrack too much. I'm just saying
you're
like
fine.
I like the style that plays fan service to its franchise while letting you do crazy decimating attacks, wiping out dozens of little peon enemies, you know?
But little nobodies that don't do
Yeah.
nothing.
So I think that's, you know, those are really cool. But yeah, I think yeah, I'm sitting at like an 8.5. I want to finish the game and finish the story. I only would knock stuff off for like the story and some other stuff. Like it's really picky to. I'm not gonna go like I probably can't go like, oh, this game is a 10 because the story again, right, with the story, right? So the story, yes, though a bit predictable and kind of campy and stuff and tropey, doesn't mean it's not enjoyable, right?
Yeah,
But if I rate a game a 10, it means that story like moved me emotionally
for sure.
in ways, and that would be my only argument. So like, um, 8.5 is good. I'll probably end this on a 9
Okay.
when all is said and done. You know what I mean?
I think
And I feel like if I'm rating this a 9 by the time I'm done, that 3 houses will be a 10 to me. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
So
I think
yeah,
I think you'll really like Three Houses.
yeah.
I think the Three Houses will sit.
I think there's more weight to 3 houses, right? I think, like you said, like, you know, the story and everything. Whereas, like, again, really enjoying Engage, but Engage could use some of that, right?
Just some more
Right.
more in most, but I think battle wise it's great. I think they did battle great.
Yeah.
I think the intermittent stuff there could be more to it.
Right. And totally that, right? So I think that like it's just such a good time. I'm looking forward to finishing it up in the next few days. I want to say that because I think I'll plan to finish up my first playthrough of it soon. I might go back off stream and do side missions and gather
Paralogs.
stuff. Yeah, do paralogs, and I might buy the season pass at some point when I've cleared out my backlog a little. You know, if they're adding more story, I'd be down.
And that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping we get more than just one little expansion like we did with the Ashen Wolves.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we get an actual backstory or some more story.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see Three Houses kind of expand out, and it didn't, and that's okay.
If I can backtrack for a second.
Yeah, fact check.
You said you're really excited for Clive and Wrench, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're aware, but there is a little neat collector's edition for the Switch through GameStop.
Well, I might have to spend some money.
It comes with a CD, a game manual, like retro style, special moves mini booklet, a fridge magnet, and 16 collectible art cards. It's like $84.99 in Canada, so it's probably like $65 US.
Let's go look real quick.
For a physical, right? So if you're like excited for this, you want like a physical. I don't know. Like I like stuff that is. There's a lot of neat physical editions for the Switch. They're like little special editions. Like how they've been doing all the
$60
Printing Presents games for the collectors. Yeah, honestly, I think that's worth it if that's something you're gonna love, and that's a unique little collectors. Like those aren't gonna be around for a long time, and that's something you can kind of get for yourself. So I don't know. My 2 cents is pre-order that, my friend.
Around for a fun time, not a long time, or a good
yeah.
time, not a long time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it goes.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, so like in Canada, for argument's sake, the collector's edition is only $15 more.
Yeah.
Is it 15 or 20? 25. 25 more, but that's kind of worth it. Like if that's your thing, for sure. So that's, sorry, I know sidetracked, but that's.
I don't. Dude, I don't care. We're
Like
doing a podcast. Like,
yeah.
We don't have
Yeah,
to
it's a
say we
podcast.
don't say on topic.
I guess it's true. Like, yeah, like that kind of stuff happens. I always keep an eye out for, and for anyone listening, if you like collector's editions of that, go through, like, go onto GameStop's website from time. Obviously, there's a limited run in that, but to find a cheaper alternative and to stuff you might not see on limited run in there, go to GameStop's website and search up and coming Switch titles, and look, because you'll come across like collector's editions. You might go, oh, I might like that, and if you don't pre-order them, you're not gonna get them.
They go away. But that's the cool thing
Yeah.
about Engage.
Right.
Engage has popped up 8 or 9 times since it sold out the first, second, and third run.
Yeah.
I've seen it pop up.
Yeah,
more
and that's
because
they're on it, right? They know they're making sales, but these smaller niche games,
No,
like if you don't order it, they
know.
don't send copies.
I know, but what I was meaning is like I was just meaning for Engage itself. Like just seeing it pop up more and more is
which is amazing.
Pretty spiffy. It's pretty spiffy.
Heck yeah. Yeah, so there's
the Engage talk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think overall, like we said, we're both enjoying the crap out of it.
I'm enjoying the crap out of that game, whatever it's called.
Yeah, only Melee obsession. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, this month has a lot of games altogether. Like, not even just
Switch games.
Switch games, but there's a lot of games coming out across multiple platforms.
There's a lot of controversial. There's one controversial game coming out.
Very.
But we're not getting on the Switch until like September, so we can't talk about it until then, I guess.
Yeah, we won't talk about that until then. I wish, and again, like I said, honorable mention, like a Dragon Ishin. I've collected all the Yakuza games except for Yakuza 3, not Yakuza 3, Yakuza Dead Souls, which is on the PS3, which I want for my collection because it's just like a Yakuza zombie game. Like for me, I'm like, oh, but like you gotta pay up the price. Yeah, hello. But yeah, there's like I said, there is other stuff coming out this month. But those are what we're excited for.
Let us know in the comments below what you're excited for.
Yeah, if you're excited for anything that's coming out,
no, seriously, let us know because I like to learn things. I like to learn about games that I didn't know about beforehand.
Yeah, we really want to communicate with you guys about stuff like that.
Also, let me know who your favorite unit is in Fire Emblem, even if it's a spoiler. Just let me know. I'll look it up. I'll Google it and be like, oh wow, sure, that's cool. When do I get her? Chapter 15. Welp.
Yeah.
Welp. I guess I get to miss out on cool baby. Like I've already been told there's a couple of pretty cool units that I'm excited for. So, yeah, that's all that I've got. Jim, you got anything else you want to add on to? Anything else you want to chit chat about?
Honestly, I think that's really it. I hope we can do another one of these this month. Like we'll try. We're getting into the flow of it. So at least one a month, like we said, maybe bi-weekly, maybe even 3 a month. We don't know.
I'm thinking bi-weekly with one-offs for like game releases and such.
Yeah.
Like
to talk about, or like when big news comes up, we'll try to.
Oh, really quick, big news. Rumor mill, big news. There's potential that we're gonna get a direct next week. So
I've been hearing that.
We'll see if that happens. There will be a podcast shortly thereafter, probably the same day, and I will launch it the minute that we're done recording. Like I will just throw it up.
We'll do a day of. We'll try to do that with directs and stuff when we can.
Yep.
And also I guess kind of last little bit of stuff as so we know that Nintendo doesn't really. They have stuff at E3 for you to check out, but they don't do an E3 presentation anymore. They haven't for a while.
What do you mean? They're not doing E3 this year.
No, so E3 is happening this year, but not with Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo. There's nothing. So it's not even E3.
Which is such an interesting concept to me.
If the big three aren't there...
What's E3? Because that's the point of the 3. No, actually, it's not the point of the 3, but like that's the point of the 3 in my opinion.
Yeah, like I don't pay any attention other than that. So I guess they've all kind of learned they can do.
Well, I mean, it'd be really cool to see if E3 like would invite the Wholesome Indie Showcase, or is it Wholesome Indie or is it Comfy Indie? I think it's Wholesome Indie.
Something like that, yeah. Wholesome
Indie Showcase. Yeah, they call it the Wholesome Direct. It'd be cool to see them get invited, but of course, like we just said, directs are a thing. So
Right.
why would they go to E3? Why would they spend the thousands of dollars to be exhibitors at E3?
Yeah.
And that's my question. That was my question last year with E3. Like, how is the company gonna convince people to come to this thing? Because we've seen the success of online reveals. You can premiere it when you want. You can control what's coming out. There's no documents that should leak technically.
Yeah.
So I mean, at that point, why wouldn't you do online?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. It's crazy. Crazy time we live in these days in the gaming industry. It's wild, but lots of games coming out this month. Lots of stuff next month. We'll talk about next month obviously. So yeah, let us know what y'all think, and
We'll catch you on the flip side.
yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side.
I'm
Blah,
I'm
blah,
I'm,
blah.
I'm real good at exits. But that's
Blah,
really
blah,
it.
blah,
But bottle a lot of the law.
blah, blah, blah.
We hope the 7 of you that are listening to this, now know that you're
Yeah,
awesome, and
thank you.
we
We
appreciate you.
appreciate the support.
And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you guys again soon. Okay, bye.
Bye.